we are we are back here. We are the Vacci-nation group, and of course, we're still inviting people to follow us and to join us with this uh, artistic program and to do many things all around the world. And now we have the reading of contemporary Turkish comedy, really nice comedy, and it's a pleasure for me to be your host again. Uh, the play is called Stardust, and it's written by Ezgi Gizem Tanriober, a Turkish dramaturg. She's already online. Say hello, Ezgi. Can you hear us? Can you listen to
Hello,
me?
so it's connection. Yes, I can hear you all. I think.
Okay. Well, I just I was just introducing you as a writer, and well, she's Es Ezgi Gisem Gisem
Gizem.
Gisem
So
Tanriover.
Yeah.
Yes.
It means Ezgi melody, Gizem is mystery, and Tanrıver means the God who loves someone
Great.
a
And
lot.
it's before starting with the reading of Stardust. Uh, uh, can you tell us if every name in Turkish or every name the people use in Turkey has some meaning?
Yes, meanings. And Mario, I just wanna ask you, you wanna learn something about these names?
If I, sorry,
You wanna learn something about these names, about
if
meanings?
yes, if you want to say it, sure, why not?
Okay. Kanun means law, law,
Right.
not law, law.
Low.
Like
Oh,
Yep.
it's interesting because last time we read
low.
this play, I understood that it was love. No, it's low. Perfect. Now I
Yep.
get it. Uh huh.
And the Dora means that to the top at the mountain, that
The mountain peak.
the top point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Aysima means that the girl who has a face like moon.
It's like
And
me.
I think that
Moon
is
face.
really is it Aysima, right?
Is that a kind of family joke or something?
No, it's
Because
just funny.
I
I like
All of
okay.
them so similar. Sorry.
it's fun. I'm
Well,
always low.
before starting, tell us something specific about your play, SG. What are we going to read right now? Is it a comedy, a tragedy, and what what did you think when you wrote this play? What was the excuse to make this play?
Yes, this connection is still so bad, but I understand so many things. I think when I wrote this play, just only friendship, but also, of course, love, because people like love and also friendship. So I just wanna try write something like we talked before, Erasmus friends or something else. Um, I just trying to create like this thing actually.
And of course, when I read this place, I was thinking about this Erasmus experience that everyone is totally connected, even if it's just for a few months. But the the way people are connected is so strong. Uh, did you feel something like that? Anyone can answer when you feel this, when you experimented this uh, situation in Erasmus program, during Erasmus program.
Yeah.
No, no.
Well, I
Could
can
be
answer that if
no.
you want. Sorry, I'm just getting some headphones because so I can hear you a bit better. But yeah, if you're talking about the relationship with Erasmus, I definitely felt that with Erasmus being a time where you have so many people from different countries and cultures being chucked together, especially if you know the Czech Republic Erasmus group that we had, the accommodation was very close proximity. So we learned very quickly to get accustomed to each other. So I think because of that, it was a great chance to get on, read, even with people's opposite opinions. It brought us quite close very quickly, and that definitely made an effect. And I can see that in the characters at times as well. Because we know, especially us that went together, we know that we are all completely different, but also all the same, as well. So it's very interesting to
Yeah.
see that.
No. Do you want to say something, Tanisha, or you,
No, I'm
Mario?
grateful to be a part of this and join the reading tonight. So looking forward to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Let's do this.
let's start. Let's start. But first, I have to introduce our actors. Uh, in the character of Aisima, we have a Tanisha Tapenden, mhm, from UK. Are you in Manchester as well, Tanisha?
No, I'm in Ipswich, more
Oh,
southern.
okay, great. Thank you very much. There is also Louis Tapenden drinking some soda, beer, or something like that. Okay, I couldn't hear you. I can't hear.
Saying that the beer is after. I'll wait until.
Okay, perfect. So
Yes.
Louis is in Manchester, and in Lisbon, Portugal, we have Mario Abel, really nice actor, drinking some Porto.
Portuguese wine.
Perfect. And we have our dramaturg in Turkey. In which part we are you in Ankara? Ezgi? Okay, I wasn't sure about Ezgi being in Ankara or in Istanbul, but let's start with the play. The play is called Stardust, and we have three characters. Aisima, which is an astronomy and space science student, she believes that there is a special bond between the stars and herself, and she argues that every person needs some stardust to shine female. To shine. She is female. Dora, he defines himself as Earthling, Earthling by his sleepy state. Music, meditation, and alcohol are his indispensables. Where the money comes from, his relatives and mental stability are unknown. His stardom will be in the field of music. Is male. And Canon. Canon, everyone in his family is a judicial worker. He has been told to become a lawyer since his childhood. He's a little tongue tied and nervous in general. His communication with women is weak. An unsuccessful lawyer. He does not his job well, so he cannot afford to live alone, even though he wants it a lot. It's a male. And scene number one. Dora is meditating on the ground in the living room, and next to him there is a whiskey bottle. More than a half of it is empty. His top is naked. Underneath, he wears a pants like outfit made of sailcloth. There's a telescope standing in front of the window on the right hand corner. Cannon, with a suit on, comes in from the outside door with a file bag in his hand. He puts his briefcase aside. Cannon walking across the hall.
It didn't work out. Yet again. What kind of lawyer am I? Am I even a lawyer? Shame on me. Could you hear me?
With one eye open.
Look who is here. The most successful lawyer in the world has come home. You gave me the impression that you did wonders at the hearing.
What about you? Take Jack and meditate in your room, Dora.
Everywhere is my room, my dear Kanun. This living room, this house, this world.
Holding his nose.
The Earthling is speaking. Jeez.
Oh boy, what would you know? Some guy stuck in a suit.
You walk around. You walk around like Tarzan. Do you want everyone else to do the same?
Looking at the telescope.
This is out again. What gives? Did Aisama talk about the stars again last night?
Yep, she's going to get what she wants from them at last.
The doorbell rings. Cannon opens the door. Aisima enters with plastic bags in her hands and sport bag on the back. Dora glances at Aisima lightly. Cannon, while point Aisima to Dora.
My dear Dora, look. The star professor of my house and your Jane has arrived.
I flunked the class. I'm under the weather. Don't fiddle with me. Your voice is heard from the threefold below. Eventually they throw us out of the house. I'm telling you.
Dora looks angrily at Cannon, grabs the bottle, when passing in front of Aisima near the door.
Much obliged, Dora.
Dora takes a brief look at Dora takes a brief look at and goes inside.
Oh, what's that smell? When will this man have a bath? Open the window or something, Kanun. How do you stay here?
I guess my nose just got used to it. The smell doesn't bother me. I arrived a few minutes ago. I'm afraid that soon I'll get used to this man's meditation sessions, which involve whiskey. Besides, I do feel the effect of the case I went through, five sense organs.
Oh, you had a case today, didn't you? How was it?
Well,
Didn't it work out?
anyway.
Forget about it.
She goes next to him and starts massaging Cannon. Cannon distends.
What a pity. You are so tense, my dear. You exhaust yourself and you've got nothing. I think you should leave this job.
Do you? Do you realise what you just said? Is life that simple, Miss Aisama? I cannot go to 3 universities or 4 departments like you, seeking the profession that will make you happy. Do you know how many years I spent to become a good lawyer?
Sarcastically.
Become a good lawyer.
Until his tie.
Look at yourself first. You have a telescope, you watch the stars for hours, and you keep on and on saying, stardust is like this and that. Everything in the universe has the same oxygen as the stars and so on. If we all had stardust by our nature, then we would be stars everywhere. Think about it. Everyone would be a star. Look how beautiful they shine up there. Then look at us, Dora. For example, have you ever read something like Smelling Star in textbooks? Anyway, I have a case to study. I'm going to my room.
Takes the briefcase from the side of the door.
Good luck with that. Of course, every lawyer has cases they need to work.
Cannon enters the room. The phone rings.
The phone is ringing.
Dora comes inside with a boxer short on his head and a cat trinket in his hand. He turns towards the phone.
What kind of maniac are you?
He picks up the phone and turns his back to Aisima.
What was it? No, wrong number. No problem. Yeah, have a good day.
Is it a wrong number again?
Nope, it's not.
How? Then why do you tell people that it's the wrong number?
Did you listen to me?
Yes, I did.
Dora panics. He sits next to Aisima and holds her hands.
I need to tell you something. Are you ready?
Aisima nods and she is puzzled.
Khan called.
She jumps to her feet.
What? Khan, you know how much I like him. Why did you tell the guy it's the wrong number?
If I said I can't explain, what is the percentage of you not being mad at me?
0%, my dear. The boy's been calling me for 2 weeks and you lie every time.
Your mother called once as well. Anyway, but one time they really called someone named Pink. Isn't it the wrong number then? So, if you're not introducing yourself to people as Pink,
Give me one reason why I should not kill you, Dora.
if you do not think of me, think of my listeners, my fans looking forward to my radio program, My Beautiful Earth.
Aisima jumps on Dora. Dora rushes inside. Aisima follows. The lights go out. Scene number 2. Marilyn Monroe's Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend's song is playing. Cannon sits on the sofa and reads the newspaper. Aisima comes in with the phone in her hand. She goes towards the stereo and turns up the music. Cannon throws a glance at the stereo.
Oh no, I don't make them say wrong number on purpose, Khan. Don't be ridiculous. No way. Well, you can believe whatever you. Do not interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Come on.
Dora comes from inside. He is wearing sunglasses.
I
He-
listened on the radio. The weather is going to be clear today.
He still has his eyes on the newspaper.
So what do you care? Are you going out?
He laughs. Dora acts as if he didn't hear it. If he didn't hear it, and turns to Aisima.
Since I first heard that guy's voice,
And that's when he called me excitedly and said hello.
yes, I have never liked him since. That's the reason why I said wrong number, because you were telling us about him from your heart with a big grin. Khan did this, Khan did that. He shaved his mustaches today or talked to a girl on break time. Based on your sixth sense, you have already come to the conclusion that they are going to be lovers in the near future. You even visited a fortune teller 2 months ago because of that. She said the guy will come and confess to you in 2 days, and you slept next to the phone. And what happened, Miss Aisima? Did he call? He did not. What do I care? We wouldn't also have to deal with your phone traffic.
He stops. He glares at somewhere far away. He had his hands behind him.
But the guy is stubborn. Who calls a house every single day? He found the number from somewhere else. Of course, you didn't have the trouble of giving your mobile number to the guy because you wouldn't give him the glad eye. Isn't that right, Kanun?
Cannon throws the newspapers firmly on the sofa and stands up as if to defend himself in court.
The guy is telling the truth right here. I demand the remission of punishment.
Overruled. Is there a way for you to disappear, Dora?
He sits down on the sofa again.
How about you both be quiet? I don't want my Sunday to idle away because of you. Friends, my dear flatmates, I'm a working man who gets tired, and if you let me, I want to enjoy myself on Sunday.
I've got a music practice anyway.
Cannon and Aisima Athanasius turn to Dora smirking.
I think you're talking about lying on your back and listening to music on your MP3 player in your bedroom 2 centimeters from the chipboard.
Bad luck.
You go ahead and make fun of me. I made new African friends. They are musicians.
By telepathy.
I think it's not just telepathy.
She turns to Dora.
Did Jack introduce you to them?
I started to play a very strange instrument.
Wonder never ceases. How do you play? Do you have the skills?
Do I have the skills? Of course I have, Kanun. I was born to be a musician.
Sure.
He glares at Aisima.
I practice while you're away so you do not get bothered.
Canon sarcastically.
You are very thoughtful, my dear flatmate. Always do this.
Album will be out soon.
He draws near to Aisima, smells her hair feebly. Aisima can't make some sense out of this move. She's intense. She is tense.
Did you change your shampoo, honey?
No, nope. Why?
Hmm. It struck me that you did.
I don't know. Maybe.
The substance you use is not legal, right? Go and pour it down the drain, flush the toilet a few times. I am a good lawyer. I do not want my career to be ruined.
He starts reading the newspaper again.
Right. You are at the peak of your lawyer career. We don't want it to be ruined. If he doesn't do it, do not worry. I'll do it. Your career is more important than anything.
I am going
He leaves.
Where?
to my room.
They laugh. The lights goes out. Scene number 3. Aisima is alone in the living room. The doorbell rings.
I got the door. Who is it? Who is it?
When there is no sound, she opens the door. She steps forward. After looking around a little, she comes inside with flowers in her arms. She takes the card and reads.
Our dear friend Dora. We will spread the ideas you give to us all over the world. Thanks a lot. All right, where's the camera? Where should I wave? Dora!
Dora comes in with a pink mini skirt and a blouse made out of yellow veil. Aisima, with the card in her hand, keeps her mouth open.
First of all, why are you dressed like that?
Because today is the day women who are prevented from wearing miniskirts by the world, their father, brother, lover, and husband.
And you are.
And I dressed like that to support women who are prevented from wearing miniskirts by their father, brother, son, and husband all over the world.
You know, such a day doesn't really exist, right?
I think so. I said there is. Yes, there is such a day.
All right then. Look, the doorbell rang and I.
How beautiful are these flowers? Did Khan send them? Oh, I guess they are not that beautiful.
He turns back.
These are for you.
For me?
He turns to Aisima again.
From who?
If you look at the note written in lousy English, Carlos and the music friends.
He quickly takes the flowers and the note from Aisima's hand.
Thank you.
Who are Carlos and the music friends? Why do they thank you and send you flowers?
This is none of your business.
One fist in the air.
I am going to my room to support women who are prevented from wearing miniskirts by their father, brother, lover, and husband. Perhaps I should go under my bed and listen to some music there.
You've already developed a connection between your room and the earth, or a way, whatever you name it. I can't understand you.
You cannot understand, my dear. You go out of this door every day and spend your hours on the streets, at school, among people, but your mind isn't as wide as my room, not even an inch.
You, how can you tell me this like that? Had you not rented the rooms of your house, had I not seen the newspaper announcement, who would you have insulted? I gave you 2 years of rent like a fool. Now I cannot go anywhere else. If my mind isn't as wide as your room, not even an inch, then give me my money back.
Dora looks around.
I'm going to go to the streets again. You might as well support either the whales washed ashore, the night watchers at the factories, the ones who want to go to space, or the teenagers who complain about not being understood by their parents in your room.
Recklessly,
All right, then.
he turns back and leaves. The doorbell rings again. Aisima opens the door. Cannon comes in and he is talking on the phone. He puts his briefcase on the ground and says hi to Aisima and sits down on the sofa.
Hold on a minute, please calm down. Now, from the beginning, can you say it again slowly? So you had a store, yeah, yeah. You hired a prick, I see. What was the name of the asshole? Hmm. And for how long was this SOB worked for your store? About 2 months. Of course, you've already found out what this sleazebag was like from the second week. When this bounder was working at the cash register, the money was always missing. Moreover, and did he always watch for an opportunity to stay alone with your wife? Such a sleazebag. How? I understand. This man didn't only steal goods and money from your store, he also stole your wife. I see. Did he go out? Did he work out with water bottles at the store? 5 liters. And your wife also? Was he like the gardeners in the Brazilian soap operas, long haired? All right. I,
Trouble?
I understand the matter. Of course, we will make life very miserable for that prick. Have a good day. No, no, no. Do not call me today. Come back to my office tomorrow. Sure. Have a good day. Do not worry, sir.
I will definitely come to the case of this man, Carnoon. Long-haired bad guy who looks like a gardener in the Brazilian soap operas and works out in the store with 5 liter water bottles. I love bad guys.
No way. This is a serious issue. Do not make fun of it. It's already a difficult, very difficult case. If I can't get this,
Yeah, if you can't get this too.
I'll drop everything. I'll start living in the streets with my family. Will just own me because I can't even earn half the crazy house rent with the consultation fee alone. I'd die outside. Nobody would miss me. Even my nephew is getting prepared for a jump ship. I am still.
Yes, you are still.
Aisima hugs Cannon. She puts her hand on his back, tries to soothe him, but Cannon feels uneasy from the moment she hugged him. Because a woman has touched him, he moves a little while sitting down, then he stands up.
I'll tell you what. Put these things out of your mind and listen to me carefully. There is a girl at school. Her name is Bashak. A very cute girl. She loves lawyers. I mean, there are guys whom she dated just because they are lawyers. Anyway, I told her about you as my lawyer flatmate.
What? What did you do? You told her about me. Why? Oh, for God's sake, how many times have I told you? I do not want to meet anybody. Don't introduce me to your friends.
You said it, but look, we live in the same house over a year now. We haven't met any of your girlfriends yet. We don't even know if there was any. So, what if I did? Bashak is single. You are single. Both of you are single. You are a lawyer. She is crazy for lawyers.
He panics.
What did you tell her?
I've mentioned that my lawyer flatmate can take her out for dinner gladly.
Oh, why would I take her out for dinner?
Don't panic. It's just a dinner for two. By the way, what time is it?
Looks at his watch.
It's 6 to 7 p.m. Why?
Because at 7:15, the shack will be waiting for you at the restaurant Love down the street, wearing her red dress. Cute the shack with her red dress will be waiting for you for your date.
Isima, how could you do this? Did anyone ask you to arrange a date? Why on earth? Call her. Call your friend and tell her not to wait for me. Tell her I died. Or no, tell her he is going to kill me and go to jail. I feel wretched. I can't breathe.
He falls and faints. Aisima doesn't know what to do and shouts to Dora. Dora comes in calmly. He's wearing the same clothes. He leans over Cannon, takes off his tie, and wears it on his own neck.
Dora, what are you doing?
I listened to you quietly behind the door. Bashak won't be waiting for nothing. I will go to see her.
He takes the briefcase next to the door and turns around as he leaves the door.
I am a sensitive lawyer. If she likes the support clothes I am wearing, I can give them to Bashak and return with her red dress.
Flirtatiously,
Or don't wait for me tonight.
the lights go out. Scene number 4. Isima fell asleep on the sofa. The door is opened slowly. Dora, wearing a rich red dress, walks in with a limp. He throws the briefcase, which belongs to Cannon, to the door entrance. There are bruises on his face. He sits down next to Isima. Isima wakes up. She's frightened. When she sees Dora in front of her, she is scared. Then she looks at him aghastly. She straightens herself up.
Dora, what happened to you?
He takes a deep breath. He starts talking calmly.
First, I took a beating from the waiters, then from the owner of the restaurant, and the small black bag of Bashak. Then they shoved me out of the restaurant. Bashak couldn't stand my wretchedness and left the place after me. When I opened my eyes, I really liked her dress and I started to explain why I was wearing like this. She thought I was a pervert. By the way, the tie and briefcase was not enough to convince her that I was a lawyer. I told her that I wanted to wear her red dress and this could color the support project up. I immediately told her about the support project. She was gaping at me. Luckily, the street was empty. She yelled a lot and tried to escape while I was taking the dress off of her. The dress was torn both from my weight and her struggle. Finally, when I was able to wear the dress, I was beaten by the people on the street. Then I started running. I ran and ran. I thought I vanished without a trace. But it is very likely that the police would be here soon because it is impossible for people to notice a handsome man like this. Anyway, what is the situation here? Did Bashak call you?
I anticipated what could happen and I unplugged my home phone, I turned off my mobile phone, I froze my Facebook account. I'm pretending to be dead.
Makes sense. And I am sorry. I didn't want I didn't want this to happen.
I think you should go out more often, Dora.
Going back to the streets where people are hostile, I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to my room. I will prepare myself for the prison life. There must be a baglama in my room.
Baglama?
You do not have to bring me clean clothes and cigarettes. I don't use clothes and I don't like tobacco. But I wouldn't say no to Jack. Anyway, I'd be very happy if you follow the success of Carlos and the music friends and write to me.
Don't talk like that, Dora.
No, no. I mean, it's so obvious what the next days will be like for me. My beautiful world will be like that. Oh, yes, I would change the name of my radio program from My Beautiful World to Winning Behind Bars. I will continue to open up to the world if the technical possibilities are good enough.
In the morning, we'll figure something out.
She stands up and looks out to the window.
There is no need to set off alarm bells now. Look, I don't see any police cars.
He jumps over the telescope and makes a move towards under the sofa.
I think I heard the police sirens. Nope, that's an
Calmly,
ambulance. Where were we? Izima, do you remember we watched the movie last week? Mm,
The one you watched as you leaned against the wall during the movie.
yes, I could not control my tears then.
Sure, because of the gravity.
Tears shed to my forehead. If their life like is there life like that in the movie?
Of course, there are people who sell drugs and bring up a family, Dora, but What does it do with this situation?
I'm not saying that. Prisoners work out in prison, the ones who like men.
Oh, no, Dora, my dear. Those are American movies anyway. Such things don't happen in Turkey.
I think we can still wake Cannon up and ask him. He's a lawyer after all, even though he's not a good lawyer. He ought to know something.
Kanoon would kill us, dear. He went to bed in a bad temper anyway. How could I have arranged a date with a woman without asking him? It was hard to waking up after he'd fainted. Look, there's no need to panic now. Come on, you go and sleep.
The door is punched. Open the door. It's the police.
Kanoon!
Cannon!
The lights go out. Scene number 5. Is it clear? I think is the last scene for of today, because we will read this play during three weeks, and we are going to the scene number 5, and then we are going to talk a bit about the play. Okay, scene number 5. 3 of them come from outside. Canon is self-confident, happy, but a bit tense. He is wearing classic shoes under his pajamas. As Aisima is happy, Dora grinning too much. His face is stretched, wrapped in a blanket.
How was I? How did I do? I wheedled. I'm very tired, but look, you're here. You're home. What's up?
I really cannot speak.
If you cut the grin, maybe.
Dora makes hand movements, saying as if I can't help it.
I can't believe it, Kanoon. How are you losing the other cases?
My dear Asima, don't bring up the other cases now, all right?
For the first time, your being a lawyer was useful. You felt fixed rice while talking to Bashak on the phone, but that poor girl was drawn to your lawyer's charm. She immediately dropped the charges. After the charges were dropped, when you encountered at the corridor, your fainting was not very pleasant, but there I stepped in.
You stepped in and said what?
I said you were a diabetic, cardiac patient with high blood pressure. I told her that you were very tired and you couldn't even stand up now because you were dealing with cases day and night.
You lied so hard. How could you say that?
Like this.
She starts
My
to speak
dear,
as if there was someone on the other side.
my dear Bashak, stop panicking. He's so tired, Annie. Since he takes 15 cases every day, he is also a cardiac patient. Stress isn't good for him. It starts with a tachycardia, then the poor thing plumps down. There is also high blood pressure, but of course, he will tell you more about this intensive work when you meet.
How many of these did you really tell her?
She answers immediately.
All of them.
You didn't think you answered so quickly.
He tries to calm himself down.
So it is very likely to be true. I mean, I'm very mad at you. What did you say?
I saw a drop of tears that shone on her cheek. I couldn't bear to see her like that. I couldn't look anymore. She was sobbing anyway.
Finally, he regains consciousness.
Thank you, Cannon.
Oh, look, Dora regained consciousness.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now that you saw my success with your own eyes, you won't make fun of my profession.
If she weren't crazy for lawyers, I would have seen how good you really were.
Look what she's still saying. Look what he's still saying.
He throws one of his shoes.
I'd have seen you on the contrary. You'd have been in jail now, imprisonment of up to 36 months from the crimes of disturbing the social order and attempted rape.
Dora runs to his room.
Kanoon,
Yes, my dear Asima.
didn't you have to work on the case of the man who came to your office this morning about his wife running with his employee?
Right. I'm toast. Toast. It was a huge deal. I'm leaving, Asima.
He turns to the door.
Not like this.
Of course not. Not in my pajamas. It would be disgraceful to the man.
He goes inside and calls out.
I'll get dressed and then go straight away.
Thanks, my dear Isima, for reminding me. Have a nice working day.
Dora comes.
Our phone bill is 86 liras, 42 pennies.
He turns around. He's about to go inside again.
How do you know?
He comes in again.
One doesn't need to be an oracle. I receive emails.
But doesn't Kanun get the bills? Why do you receive emails?
What about that? I made a few tiny adjustments so that all the mails that come to Kanun will also come from me. For example, they have sent him a picture of a teddy bear with yellow tie from the office saying antipathetic. I haven't figured out the tie joke yet, but I'm thinking about it. Of course, I deleted it because I saw it before Kanun. I
Ice cream.
didn't want him to be sad.
He starts rubbing his gums with his hands.
I haven't found who sent it to him because it came from a mail group. But I'll find out. I'll find out, and I'll pull my panties down and write on my chest, pathetic, and I will send them a picture of me.
All right. Look, you're scaring me, okay?
Are my gums the problem?
Cannon comes. Last preparations before leaving the house.
Yes. No. I guess. I don't know.
See you tonight.
He leaves.
Okay, have a good working day.
Dora goes inside while rubbing his gums with his fingers. Isima stays alone in the living room. After tidying up the mess, talks to herself.
Now I have to decide what to do. I wasn't happy in this part either, so what would make me happy? Oh, dancing. I would have been a very good dancer if my dad hadn't taken me away. I mean, if he didn't have to. Even if I wasn't good, I would be happy.
After thinking a bit,
How was it?
she stands up and makes a few moves. She cannot do it. She falls. She feels sad. She's crying. Dora appears behind the door. His top is naked. Underneath, he is wearing a salwar made out of cycloth. He has a Jack Daniels bottle in his hand. Then he puts the bottle on the ground and starts applauding Isima. Isima is startled by the sound of the bottle and turns back.
Stop it! Don't applaud.
I like it very much. Seriously, keep going.
I just tried a few things I remember from my childhood. Anyway, why didn't you sleep? I see you have Jack in your arms, taking a stroll in the house.
I couldn't sleep, so what? If it hadn't been for Kanun, they would have left me to rot in the underground cellars. My beauty and youth would have faded away, right?
Not right, my dear. Yesterday, as you said, there are prisons now. There are no cells anymore, Dora.
Perhaps
Looking far away,
they would have gone easy on me.
he offers her the bottle.
Want some?
Alcohol isn't very good for me, especially at this hour in the morning.
Me neither, but it goes well. And please do not call him alcohol. He resents. His name is Jack.
Oh, I see.
As if talking to the bottle.
Look how handsome Jack is. Ah,
She becomes serious.
I'll pass. Thanks.
Thank you for your consideration, but why are you talking to a bottle like that? Everyone in this house must have gone mad. Come, Jack. Let's go to our room.
He gets up very seriously, walks inside. Isima is bewildered. While throwing one of her slippers, she angrily shouts, Dora! Lights go out. So, this is thank you very much to everyone. This is the first part of Stardust by Esgi. Ezgi guys Gizem from Turkey. So we will be preparing some other text, some other stuff for next programs, for next shows. Not just uh, not just readings, but some performances, some kind of plays, and many things. Uh, what do you think after reading this part, guys? What how did you feel, Esgi, as dramaturg reading this interesting actors? Would you like to say something, Esgi, or maybe some of you guys, some of the actors?
Yeah, well, I'll go first, of course. I think Ezgi's frozen. Actually, I don't think she's like. I don't think our performance was that bad. We might have really offended her, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, in general, as we had a discussion before, the characters they're completely different. You can see it's three people that have just been sort of pushed together in the scenario with completely different theories and visions. I did notice that when I was going through it, and other actors let me know what you think about it, that even because they've been pushed together, I couldn't really quite tell that they all wanted success in some way or another, but they were all failing at the same time. So everyone had a vision, but they weren't getting to the key goal. And sometimes to make themselves feel better about themselves in these situations, they were using each other's negatives. So these little quiet little moments where they're digging at each other, they're making little sarcastic comments. It's almost like there's a triangle effect, and then they sort of, there's two of them that are abusing one, and then suddenly it shifts, and then those two are attacking that person, and they all know how to change that in each point, which I that was probably the most interesting part for me.
Good. And how did you feel with the character you played today?
For me, I liked it. It's a strange one, Cannon, because he obviously he thinks himself as a good lawyer, or he aspires to be a good lawyer. I think you can tell that he has family pressures. He has you can tell that he knows that his family wanted him to do better. He's got other siblings, cousins that are doing a lot better than he is. So he's obviously failing at something that he probably got peer pressured into doing. I'd like to know what Kanan secretly wants to do. And in my head, I have an idea of what he secretly wants to do. But I don't think I think he just his will to proceed and perfect himself is basically because of his parents, I suppose, and his sort of pressures that he had as a child. That's why I put this Englishy accent on a bit more, because I felt it was like a private school English school teacher, or I'm sorry, a student in England that got pressured into going to the highest academic thing and really pursuing a job like that. Waffle over. Sorry, I talk too much.
No, it's perfect. And what about you, Mario?
Well, the things that I depict here as being more different is the interaction they have with the three of them. As Louis said awesomely, it is indeed a kind of high status, lower status, and they're always trying to get on top of each other. It seems but in not a very harsh or hard way. But what I feel from this, and since we're doing this in an international in this international composition, while reading a text from a Turkish writer, I depict many differences, weird things that these characters are saying to each other. For instance, they are having this kind of sarcastic communication, and then they go, "My dear," and it's. And for me, it's just I have this question to Ezgi: are these dialogues, this social platform in which they are built, the way the Turkish people do speak with each other? I have this question because it seems as it's so off. And at some point they are talking about something, and they will join whoop to another one, and maybe it makes sense in the future, and this probably has a cultural weight and I would be interesting to know this about my character. Daughter, well, Earthling, always drunk, probably, I don't know, but when you call your whiskey bottle Jack, as a friend, and you cherish his company, the bottle's company, you can see that this is an alcoholic process. So, yeah, definitely. So it makes sense for Dora to have this kind of weird texts and weird actions as well. I strongly believe that Dora is trying to find him, trying to find what he is, what he wants to do. I'm going to my room to play. I don't know. Maybe I could do this as canon. So he's just trying to figure out where he can, where what's his position in the world. What's what's supposed, what is supposed for him to do. And so, yeah.
Did you feel some connection with the character?
Oh, alcohol, definitely. Well, I think
As
I,
always.
I think Dora is very oniric, and so maybe at some point I would identify myself with the character when Dora is, the thing about the day, the women wearing miniskirts by the brother and the husband and whatever. That would be a kind of day that I would do. I strongly believe in this. I would have that day. I would invent that day because and so this is a political statement that he has, and I'm all forward. I'm all into political statements, and this makes perfect sense. Definitely.
Great. And what about you, Tanisha? Have you ever played or read something before with your brother, and how did you feel working with your brother?
No,
It's not
we
easy to work with family. And I think it's not so easy to work with family. But tell us your experience.
I
no,
didn't
it's
know Louis had a sister.
no, years ago we kind of did more together, so it's nice now after a few years to rejoin on it, see how we bounce off each other with things, have similar ideas. But I really enjoyed as Isomer sort of seeing. I feel like she's quite intelligent, quite playful, a bit of a know-it-all. I feel like she's like the approachable one. I feel like I want the other two to be able to talk to me about everything. I feel like I'm willing to express any kind of emotion to be able to connect with them both. Yeah, I just want to know if they knew each other before they lived together, whether they kind of met recently. I feel they do have that bond. So obviously that's why it's weird working with my brother, because I know what it's like to live with him.
Yeah.
Good. Will you still reading next week the second part of this? Really?
She's in now. That's it. Yeah, you're locked in. She
It's
has
fun.
to.
I'm excited.
Perfect. Because I already have a short play for you to read.
Oh, lovely. Very exciting.
It's in
Yeah.
it's in Spanish, so
Perfect.
You have to improve your Spanish exactly. No, I'm trying to translate that. My wife is trying to help me with translation, but it's really nice play, and it's about Led Zeppelin fan. Led Zeppelin's fan.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
maybe you will like.
yes, I think so.
Okay, so anything else to say, guys, for today?
um, no, it's a shame. It's just a shame, obviously, that Ezgi's having some technical issues with that. With
Yes.
it'd be nice. Nice to know. Well, I think for us, it'd be nice. I would love it if she came on and just said, "Oh my God, what have you done to my play?" This is nothing like how Canon should be, or Dora, or Asuma. So it'd be great. Maybe we could start that next week if the situation's better. She can maybe have a discussion with you at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Uh, I think we will finish for today. Esgi will tell us something else next week about the play, about the characters, and of course, she will answer your question, Mario, about if there is something totally cultural with this kind of way of talking between these characters. It's okay?
Okay.
Great.
you'll have to
Thanks a
work.
lot. Thanks a
Don't
lot.
worry.
Thank you,
We will
everyone.
have people. You will have more of us in 1 week, and we are preparing something else. Okay.
I'll just quickly say, do the spiel, the YouTube spiel. So if anyone has any questions, queries, make sure they comment, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, keep in touch. And like I say, if any questions, anyone wants any to give us some ideas in the description below. Yeah, just get in touch with us. Like you said, it's a big, ever expanding thing. Not everyone is probably the most interesting part is that we've got all people from all over the world coming in with ideas. So please, if you've got anything constructive and you want to be involved, then get in touch with us as soon as you can. Gracias, thank you. Dankeschön. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Obrigado. Gracias. Grazie.
It's good.
I don't know how to say thank you in Turkish, but anyway,
Cheers.
thank you.
Just say Brashvis. I don't know, whatever. As he's not here to tell us it's not the correct version, so we could just. Okay, so I will say my Turkish thank you. Okay, Grishnie.
That's what you think it is.
No.
Good pronunciation. That's good. So keep
Right.
in touch. See you next week, and please be safe.
See you later.
See you later. Ciao.
Thank you. Vacci-nation show. Woohoo!
Vacci-nation.
Cut it off. Cut it off.